Part of our commitment to putting Southeast Texas first means getting answers to your legal questions. On Wednesdays, we get to ask the judge. And this afternoon, we are joined by Judge Gordon Freeze from the 317th Civil District Court in Jefferson County. Judge, good to see you.
Good hot afternoon to you, Jordan.
Oh, I know, above 100 again. Let's get straight to the questions. We do have one about water. I think it's in the mix here. We'll start, though, with someone who says, I'm estranged from my daughter, and she will not allow me to see my 11-year-old granddaughter or contact her in any way. I've been blocked on all their phones. I did live with them for 7 years and took my granddaughter back and forth to school and to many after-school functions. She goes on to say, I was evicted when I questioned their disciplinary action. What are my grandparent rights in trying to see her?
Unfortunately, not very much. Fit parents have a fundamental and indeed, I would argue, a constitutional right to parent their children as they see fit, which includes determining who they can see and who they're going to associate with, including, in this case, unfortunately, grandparents. There are a couple of instances in the Texas Family Code that allow for grandparents to request some type of grandparent possession and access, but those are very, very limited. One is when your child, the parent of the grandchild, is either deceased, and the other is when your child is incarcerated. So in this circumstance, I really don't know that there's much that can be done here. As I always say on these, you might want to consult a lawyer, but I think your options are going to be very limited. And I would just encourage him, as I used to my clients and I do in the court, look, this is your family. Try and work it out as best you can.
Do your best. All right. This next question, you mentioned the heat off the top. This one involves watering. Someone driving by Babes at Harrius Park in Beaumont saying the city had the sprinkler going on a little strip of grass with a few flowers. Is it legal where they can mandate and restrict my water usage, but they can waste, water on a little patch of grass? Of course, Judge, we should note Beaumont has since moved to voluntary water restrictions, but either way, you feel like we're not done with the drought at this point. So what's your thoughts?
Short answer, is it legal? Yes. Under the doctrine of sovereign immunity, the state or the city in this circumstance has the ability to act in however they feel is best in the best interest of the city going forward. Now, I don't think they did or have done anything illegal, quote unquote, in watering when they had asked for or imposed restrictions on the citizens. From a political standpoint and perhaps a public perception standpoint, maybe not the best thing to have done, but there's nothing illegal, or improper from a legal standpoint with that situation.
Got it. About 30 seconds for our final question. This person says, my husband and I are going through a divorce. I've read a lot about community property in Texas. What's the one piece of advice you'd give us to try to make the process as amicable as possible as we separate belongings?
So I'm going to give them two.
Okay.
Be fair. Just be fair. It's that simple. I told my clients that's what I try to do in court. And the other one and the more important one is I guarantee you that you and your husband and our soon-to-be ex-husband, the two of you can probably determine how to divide your property much better than your lawyers can and much better than the judge can. You know your circumstances, you know what's important to you, what's important to the other party. Work it out.
Judge, sage advice. We appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Jordan.
Good to see you. Yeah, good to see you. Folks, if you got questions for the judge, go to 12newsnow.com/askthejudge.